Okay, just waiting for that oil to go round because there's always a bit of a time lag, and oh, these things keep popping up. Okay, we are live now, and the question is just because you can doesn't mean you should. I don't do many streams, but I decided to live stream today because it's very early in the morning, and I know I'm not going to get people following me live at this time of the morning unless you're all crazy like me and work very, very early in the morning. And I wanted to talk to you about, you know, why why when we're trying to be visible, we jump into everything and do lives all the time. Nothing wrong with lives, don't get me wrong, but there has to be a conscious thought behind the why you are doing a live. I talk a lot about strategy, and recently through my mentor, I'm learning a lot more about processes. And it's funny because I don't do many lives. I'm going to turn on the auto captions. Fascinating stuff. You see, I don't know half this stuff actually exists. I really ought to look a bit more. And this may be one of the times when just because I can, I shouldn't have. Because now it's telling me to share my video to groups. So we're going to share this, well, maybe a bit later because all sorts of weird, wonderful things keep popping up. So now you're all wondering, what is Bev talking about? What's going on? Well, this is precisely the point. I think, no, I believe that authenticity when you're doing any sort of video is absolutely paramount. People need to get to know you. They need to understand you and begin to build a relationship with you. And for a long time, I've been saying to people, lives are just like video, except you can't edit and it's instant. But I've changed my mind actually through doing this vision and visibility thing. Lives are actually the opportunity to have a conversation with people in the group or the page that you're on. And when you're sharing it later, when people come back and watch the video, they want to feel like you're having a conversation with them. And I wanted to talk to you today. I wanted to have this conversation with you about, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And this is all around that strategy of being present and showing up more and all of those things. Because you need to sort of think about the aim of the conversation you're having. A bit like when I talk to people about their elevator pitch, their sort of 60-second business introduction, it's what do people need to know within that 60 seconds that means that they'll come and talk to you for a longer conversation. I think lives are a bit like that. They're the opportunity to have that conversation with people and say, you know, have you thought about this? Giving you a piece of value. I want you to think about that. And allowing people to go, oh, thank you very much. That was really kind. I'm going to go and try that. And then they remember and they come back to find out if you've got any more wonderful, awesome, useful things that you can give them. So for me, lives now have become a way to start those conversations. And I wanted to start this conversation with you and say, when you look at everything you do online, and if you were in the challenge, second thing I asked you to do was to really consider all the platforms you're on. Why are you on them? And so often people go, well, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, TikTok, and Clubhouse now. But where's the conscious thought behind why you are on those platforms? Why are you having those discussions with people and building those relationships? And are the people you actually want to have those conversations with even there? And I talk about vision and visibility, there's a great big wide world out there. And we all know that the main social media platforms allow us to access in some cases, billions of people. Except you don't reach billions of people. That's the whole point. You don't. And you have to sort of really try to map that conversation you're having so that it reaches the people globally you want to talk to. Give a thought, actually, there are other ways to do that. That there are global forums, there are networks, there are all sorts of groups of people meeting in different ways where actually your ideal client is invested in that platform in order to get the support and help they need. So, as well as social media, in terms of being really social for people and really lovely or really annoying in some ways, think about looking for all those other networks. If you're in a niche, look for those specialist networks or look for the networks that have your clients in. I love doing work on simplifying people's message and simplifying complicated information. And so I do belong to global entrepreneurs. I belong to women in tech. I belong to women leaders around the world. I belong to startup forums and scale up networks because that's where my audience are. That's where I can answer questions and join in those conversations and meet people who need my help. And because I'm giving them such great value and explaining things to them while I'm having these lovely conversations with them, they are beginning to trust me so that when it comes to a point when the pain point, where they really need to figure it out and they're looking for a coach, I'm the first one they think of, or at least the second. Who knows? But they remember me. They remember the value I've given them, and they are more likely to reach out to me. So I want you to really think about that and decide, okay, I'm going to sit on Facebook all day and just chuck stuff at Facebook. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself, what is the outcome I want from this post? What do I want it to deliver to me? What do I want it to do? And I'm not saying it's all about money and advertising or anything like that. It may just be raising awareness. It may be answering a question. It may be talking about something that's happened in your life and relate it in a way back to what you do, because social media is a funnel and it's a lovely funnel, and it's like when we go networking, we have conversations with people, we have cups of tea with people, but we always make sure people remember exactly what we do, so that as they sort of need services and they need your service, when the problem becomes so great for them they need to talk to someone who can really help them solve it, you're the person they remember because you're part of their network now. You're having a relationship with them. You're having conversations with them. And I think we forget that there are so many other places to do that and to have that conversation. So whenever you think about posting or you think, I'm going to do a live, don't do it just because you can. Ask yourself where it sits in your strategy. Ask yourself, is this going to achieve what I want it to achieve? Or actually, is it going to annoy the pants off people because I've been live streaming 3 days a week for I don't know how long and they're still not getting the message? It's all about making your life easier. It's about taking away the need to constantly create content and content creation. And again, it's a phrase from my mentor. He says it's more about content. What did he call it? Content files or content assets, or but the fact that you have to create content is gives you this idea that you've got to sit down every day and create something new. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way. It can be a lot easier, but that's another video and a whole other chat. Today I just wanted to say to you, just think about it. If you're spending an hour a day trying to create content, and it's just going out there to keep your face in front of people, is it the right content? Is it the right platform? Should you have bothered at all? Is it getting you the results? If it's not getting you results of any type and it's not giving you something to work with towards your business, then you might as well just go onto any social network on your own personal sort of page and share jokes about cats down the toilet. And that's not to say you can't put in the odd, sort of weird and wonderful thing that's happened, because that shows who you are, that shows you're human. But if you aren't doing that with a conscious purpose behind it, it's just random. And we live in a noisy, noisy, noisy online world at the moment, and random seems to be the appropriate word for a lot of the stuff I see. I see about why. So just ask yourself that question. Just think about asking yourself that question when you think, oh, I'm going to jump and do a live. Just say to yourself, why am I doing this? And what do I want to achieve? And actually, do I need to do this? Is it going to give me what I want? Hope that helps. And I know when I say live, it's not really live because you're all in bed where you should be, or unless you're the other side of the globe, obviously. But have a great day, great rest of the week. And remember, if you want to ask questions, if you want to sort of figure this out with me, if you want to chat to me about how you put that sort of strategy together, that's fine. DM me, email me, whatever. We'll arrange a time and we'll just have 30 minutes, cup of tea and biscuits. You bring your own and we'll just look at your strategy for being visible online. More than happy to do that because I want you to succeed. I want the world to be changed by people like you and your ideas and your passion, and I want you all to succeed, because if we all succeed, the world succeeds, and it's all about the values we put into it. So have a great day. I'm looking down now to find, every time you do something like this, you have to find where the button is to end something. Quick tip: put your cursor on it before, when you click live, and then leave it there so that you can still be looking at people when you say, oh,